Have you ever wished your first apartment application could be just as easy as you getting approved your first time around? That's what most people are expecting when they are applying for apartments, especially if they're in desperate situations during desperate times. However, that's not always the case if you have something on your background. So, the excitement of a new home really shouldn't be overshadowed by the stress of uncertainty. So, in this particular episode, I'm going to show you how to get approved for an apartment your first time around. Welcome, welcome. This is Tamiya Robles. I am the owner of FixMyCreditNow50.com. I am the host of a podcast, Coast to Coast Credit. I'm a credit repair specialist, credit repair expert. Welcome, welcome. So, we're now going to move our energy over to apartment applications and how to get approved for it. Keep in mind, as we talk about this particular topic, I am only pertaining to the credit portion of your application. When applying for an apartment or even a mortgage, they usually check for other things aside from your credit and what's on there. So just keep that in mind as we talk about that. But make sure everything else is straight. Make sure your documents, your paperwork, whatever else that apartment complex needs from you is straight and together. And then also be sure to check your background. So once you've done that, once you made sure you were in the clear, you want to check your 3B report. So when I say 3B, I'm talking about Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, but you want to go a little deeper. Most people that or companies, landlords, whoever you're going through, they do check your basic credit report. They do check the 3Bs, but some check even a little deeper. They go a little further. But as long as you know your 3B report is cool, move forward, go deeper, try to see what the landlord or what the rental agent is going to see. So now we're going to go to the CFPB. The CFPB is here. This is what it looks like. This is what their site looks like. And if you go to consumerfinance.gov, this will take you to the website, and this is going to show you all of the 63 credit bureaus. It's a lot. It's 3 pages worth. When you go to the website, you should be able to see it here. Now, we're not going to go through all 63. We're going to filter them out. So you're going to scroll to this section where it says search companies by name or filter by market area. Click on that. You can put in some keywords. You can choose a category with the drop box here, or you can go to the topics and use the drop box. What I like to do is go to the category. So under the category drop box, you're going to choose tenant screening. Then you want to click apply filters. Make sure you are clicking apply filters. I'm just trying to save you a headache and some confusion. As you can see, I clicked it and nothing happens. Sometimes you got to click it again. And when you click it for the second time, this is how you know it worked. It takes you back to the top of the screen. Then it takes you here, 10 filtered results, right? Boom. Now, it's going to show you 10 credit bureaus where they do the tenant screening. I'm going to be honest with you. I never heard of most of them. I just never heard of them. Okay. Some, it's like, it sounds familiar, but I don't know all 10. I will tell you in case you want to apply specifically to the ones that I'm familiar with. I'll tell you which one of those I'm familiar with. But let me go. Experian Rent Bureau. Definitely aware of who they are. I like Experian. If you guys have followed me in the past, you know how I feel about Experian and all the credit bureaus. But I like Experian. They're fair. And with Experian Rent Bureau, that's a whole section, a whole separate section. I can show you in a minute what their website looks like, but their section is different than the regular consumer side that they have. So I trust Experian. I like Experian. I don't even trust any of these bureaus. But then there's TransUnion and Rental Screening Solutions. I'm aware of it. Never used it for anything. Never heard of Screening Reporters Inc. Safe Rent Solutions. Somewhat familiar with them. Real Page Inc. Never heard of them. Never heard of this company. Never heard of this company. Appfolio, pretty big company. I'm very much familiar with Appfolio. How I'm familiar with Appfolio is I used to report rents to people's rents to the credit bureau, and Appfolio was a third party company that would do the dirty work for you. So all I had to do was just provide them with the tenant's information, and they would you would pay them every month to actually send it off to the credit bureaus. And I'm familiar with them, but you can also pull your own credit report, as you can see here, through Appfolio's website. And Rent Grow, I think, is probably the most common one. I think everybody knows about Rent Grow. If you don't worry, I got you. I will click on that link too. Now, let's just take a look real quick at Experian Rent Bureau. And when you click on it through the CFPB website, it will take you to their summary page about Experian Rent Bureau. So you just check it out if you want to read it. Then it takes you to their two links. And the first one is their website. The other one is to request a report form. So if you want to get your credit report from them, which you definitely want to get, that's why we're here, and then you click it, and I'll show you real quick what it looks like. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to take you outside of the site. If you don't get there, then, obviously you click the button. So yeah, this is their form. Pretty simple, not major. You're just literally asking for a copy of your credit report. Pretty cut and dry. Now we're going to go to the actual website, Experian.com Rent Bureau. And just so you could take a look at it, obviously you've seen the form to apply. But if you want to look a little deeper, do a little bit more research, go to the actual website. Again, I'm a fan or supportive of Experian as best as I can be for any credit bureau, but it's decent enough. They do the job, and these are their partners, as you can see. Again, I've never heard of most of these people. I'm kind of familiar with RentTrack, Pay Your Rent. I've seen this symbol before. I don't know some of these people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't never heard of them. Maybe you have, but just go check them out, right? They have a lot of articles, blogs that you might want to check out if you are interested. So then let's go backwards and go to Rent Grow. Now, Rent Grow is another credit bureau, and this is the summary page from the CFPB. And then they have their link right here. I actually did another video on Rent Grow. You might want to go check that out. I'll go into full detail about this whole website, how it works, and walk you through everything. Now, here, we're not going to go into full detail because the point of this video is to know how to go to these particular credit bureaus that specialize in rent screening and tenant screening, rather. So you can go here, Rent Grow, and you can see dispute here. You click dispute. I'm sorry, not dispute. You want to request. Hit request to get your credit report. You want to pull it. And then you can also click here, request your credit report. When you get there, it will give you two options. You can choose to, okay, not here, it's somewhere. But usually it gives you two options. You can check for yourself, or you can check for a minor. There's two different types of applications. It will walk you through that whenever you cross that bridge. And you just fill out the personal information. You're going to do this every single time you're trying to pull your credit report, or you're requesting a credit report through any of these credit bureaus. Rent Grow is fairly decent as far as I'm concerned. It's not confusing. This is their homepage here, and it's self-explanatory. It's not a whole lot of rigmarole. But again, here, boom, you can request your credit report. You can submit a dispute. If you're into online disputes, you know how I feel about online disputes. I'm against it because it takes away your rights to dispute if you want to sue them. And now that we have an attorney on our team, a consumer credit attorney on our team, I strongly recommend you do not dispute online if you're going to be rocking out with fixmycreditnow850.com. If not, do your thing and dispute online. See how that goes. See how that works for you. Okay. But yeah, those are the two bureaus that I'm actually familiar with for sure. And now if you want to check with all of these 10 credit bureaus to see what they have, that you totally can. If you're more familiar with another one, or for a fact that landlord is going to look up maybe Safe Rent Solutions and that's it, that's totally fine. Pull your report, get a free report. You can get one every 12 months. Don't forget that. You can also freeze your credit reports if you want to. Okay, that's also free. You can do a temporary freeze, a permanent freeze, whichever is best for you. Once you take a look at these credit reports, Then you want to check for any inaccuracies, anything negative that is harmful. And sometimes they have stuff that's illegally reporting and shouldn't be reporting on there. So you want to check and clear it. You want to dispute, start writing your dispute letters. As you know, if you go to my website, fixmycreditnow850.com, you can get a free dispute letter for personal information only. I call it a dispute letter, but you're not really doing an actual dispute where you have to wait 30 days for a response. This is a regular letter. You update the credit bureaus about your name, your address, your date of birth, and even your employer. And you want to make sure that there's only one of everything reporting. You don't need a whole bunch of them. And once you update them, they're supposed to confirm with another credit report and give you a credit report showing that they changed it. You can also give them a call, but for the most part, this is pretty effective as well. A lot of people call the credit bureaus and get mad frustrated. So I dig it because I did too. That's why I don't call them. So I don't even call them. But yeah, that's what you want to do. Now, once you have done your dispute and they remove the negative items or the harmful items from your report, then you should be able to move on and actually apply with confidence with whatever apartment complex that you're or rental whatever you're applying for. You should be approved first time around. So let's recap. First thing you want to do is ask the necessary questions. You want to ask, what credit bureaus do you use? You want to ask them, are you using FICO, Vantage Score, which scoring module? If they even know, don't get pissed if they don't know. Now, if they sound like they're just bullshitting you because they want to brush you off, then that's something different. Handle that accordingly, but you have the right to know if you're applying. Then you want to go to the credit bureaus that they are using. And if they don't tell you, then you can take the initiative by going on the CFPB report and CFPB website, going to those specific credit bureaus, and then pulling whichever bureaus you want to pull from that do the tenant screening. If you want to pull all of them, cool, but be careful about wasting your time and your energy and eventually your money because you still have to write these letters. You still got to mail them off. Are you mailing them to all of the locations or are you just mailing them to specific locations and you got to buy stamps? Like, and then if you do certified mail, I mean, come on. It's just the numbers are going up. So be careful. You don't have to do all of them, but if you want to be 100% sure, pull all of them and see what's on there. Then you want to review what's on your credit report. You want to see what's negative. Anything negative you want to dispute. Once the disputes have completed and they've taken any of the negative off, then you should feel 100% confident that you can move forward with applying for a rental. Hopefully you guys do take heed and practice these steps and follow them to the T. Now, if you miss a step or two and you don't get approved, you understand why. You have to go through each and every one of these steps in order to be approved first time around. First time around. If you do not, this is what can happen. But if for whatever reason you miss a step, go back, do the steps accordingly, and then reapply, and you should be good to go. Now, if you want to learn how to get approved for credit cards first time around, be sure to check out the next video.